Maturity is when you don't force people to choose you. Absolutely. It's also, I think, a part of like how the law of attraction works, because you're not trying to manipulate people or manipulate circumstances to get people to choose you. I used to always, as an ex people pleaser, we will try to manipulate circumstances or manipulate our actions or do things to get people to like us and choose us. When we don't get that desired outcome, we get a little bit more aggressive and we try to force things onto people or project things onto people to get them to sway in our favor. And that comes from a lack mentality, because you feel like you aren't enough, or you feel like you don't have enough, and you're trying to manipulate certain people and circumstances to get things into your favor. But when you're mature, you understand that all things that are meant for you are meant for you. And you have to allow things to flow organically to you. So when you force things, it's not organic. It's not the natural course of how things are. So what will happen is, when you force people to choose you, eventually over time, you're going to be forced out of their lives, if that makes sense, because what you sow is what you reap. So if you've built a foundation on forcing people to choose you or manipulating a circumstance, it's built on a foundation of lies. It's built on a foundation of a falsehood, because it's not organic, it's not natural. So what is going to happen to that foundation? It's eventually going to get rocky. It's eventually going to break down, because that is not a strong enough foundation, because it wasn't a foundation that was naturally and organically built. It's not about making people choose you. Listen, you are who you are. This is me. This is how I show up to the world. So either you like it and you get on board, or you don't. But I'm not going to force people to like me. I'm not going to force people to choose me, or I'm not going to force people to be on my side. I'm going to live authentic to who I am and just be me. And whoever resonates and whoever I attract, that is the natural, organic way. There are a lot of people out here who try to use manipulation tactics through fear, through lies, through slander, through so many things, to force people to choose them, or to force people to see a certain way. And it never ends well for these people. It never, because the truth will always come out, and people will see beyond the lies, and they'll see right through them eventually. If you think someone is for you, or you want them to choose you, and you be yourself, and they don't, they were never meant for you. They're not meant for you. So let them go. Let that idea go of you wanting them to choose you, because they didn't. Just keep it moving and release that attachment from those people, because you will get to a place where things will just naturally fall into place. And that is the best way in life to be, is allow things to naturally flow. The ebb and flow of life. You never want to force or try to manipulate, because that will never ever end well.